Hi everyone, it's Alex, and this is our regular update of what we're doing in Collective Pledge Labs. For last 4 weeks, we actually created quite a lot. We did run the first mission workshop, which I will tell a bit later, and created a couple of products actually, look and tested. Some of them uh, did show really good sufficient, I would say sufficient results to proceed further. Yeah, but let's go with, okay, so next slide. So the first product I want to talk about is CIL 42 governance framework. It's basically ability to govern any community in any environment to elect a governance for the community which can gain legitimacy. So this is basically a framework where you can start like a referendum in any community, basically by causing by flipping a coin, doing coin tossing every day to finalize selection of candidates and assign a new council. So this is like also allows different councils to compete between each other within one framework. I call it like multi-dimensional governance framework. It's based on um, like some principles of governance from ancient Greeks. It's like Sartesian method, which allows to basically reduce bias and probably completely eliminate bias. And this is the model which strives to be like the fair model. And we tested the first time this model in the console in the 42 community group and selected the first council, which not yet made any decisions, so cannot, according to governance framework of 42, cannot be um called a sufficient council yet. We'll see if it will do any progress on making any decisions. On the first decision, it's necessary, according to the governance framework, to consider this council elected. And if not, there might be some other options. For example, another different, another or different governance model can be proposed, or another council can be selected within this model to start competing with current council. Also, the next step, yeah, so basically the next step is a competition between councils. So we tested mission framework, mission sprint framework within this also period, and basically 2 week sprint with guiding idea generation really worked well. So like it's really fosters collaboration, creates like ability to everyone to contribute. There are, of course, some pitfalls and there are some things to fix. There definitely should be a better incentive model, and basically, um, also there should be more communication about what actually been done. And I will say, yeah, so for the next, what we're gonna do, so we created actually like more than 3 products during this sprint on different stage of readiness. We also realized that the more narrow our decisions, the more clarity on what actually can be built. So because we had like quite a wide range of decisions and no real formalization framework of decisions being made. So we didn't have super narrow focus. So that's actually also why it led to creation of 3 very different products. to be honest. So which also they all can be in the scope of the decisions made. So, and the next, what's gonna happen with the mission sprint framework, we're gonna run a sprint with a smaller team and in a private environment. So basically, test it in a very different environment to what we had like in the first time, and combine it also with daily rewards incentives. So, which is necessary, realized to have like more productive sprints. Also, we have quite an update on CIL Omnichain contract. So this is like once again to remind you, this is smart contracts which can reside in multiple blockchain networks simultaneously and allows to help your D apps to work on all the chains and do not need to worry either you're a developer or user which chain you transact with. So the infrastructure can solve this under the hood and find the most optimal chain to interact for any specific transaction. And of course, it solves a cross-chain interoperability problem and allows to have like data consistency and between all the smart contracts deployed on all these chains. Basically, these copies of smart contracts have a full data consistency. And yeah, and it's also enhance security and efficiency. Your contract, in order to be hacked, need to be hacked on all the chains, and also in order to be overloaded by transaction, it needs to be overloaded by all the chains. And like some vulnerabilities or like any deficiencies of one chain can be basically mitigated by residing on another chain which doesn't have it. And the same with benefits. So we advanced our EVM implementation of omni-chain processor and also integrated the ability to pay for omni-chain transactions in a stable coins which resides on the existing chain. So it's basically yeah. So this is basically like for omni-chain transactions can be now paid. Yeah, so on-chain transaction can be paid like in any stable coins, and this is like, yeah, I think it's also important innovation to have because Omnichain doesn't have a native token, doesn't necessarily have a native token, so there's a need to pay transaction fees in some currency, and stable coins are actually pretty good option because they're stable. And this is actually a luxury as infrastructure players that do not have for now, at least. And the next step, we're gonna implement the first product. We actually found a customer and partner to build like this product on omnichain infrastructure, and also we plan to create a DAO functionality within next cycle. That's pretty much it. Thank you for watching and following us. Click subscribe, like this video, share it to all the people you find relevant. These are not the only things we're working on, and we will be publishing more and more and more, and we will be expanding our ecosystem and inviting you as well to join and co-build it, co-create all the things we do together with you. And also we are planning to share ownership of different products with teams who will be helping building these products, of course. So that's pretty much it. Thank you very much, and see you in the next update.